This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. We're located at 5752 Calhoun Avenue, Sherman Oaks, California, 91401. Today is April 6th, 2021. We're performing a video sewer inspection through a 4-inch ABS cleanout located at the front of the house, just to the left of the front door in the planter area. And we went ahead and zeroed out our camera monitor here. And this is our 4-inch ABS cleanout. We do have a two-way. We do have another 4-inch ABS line that's sweeping towards the waste underneath the house. And this is our 4-inch ABS sweep that sweeps out towards the city sewer. And this is our front door area here. And this goes around towards the front of the property. And we went ahead and zeroed out our camera monitor here. And what we're going to do, so we're just going to go ahead and drop down. Just going to take a good look at our sewer line. So we drop down where we are again in black ABS sewer pipe. So we're just going to continue to push out. And we continue to push out. And it does appear that we are holding a little bit of water in this area here. And as you can see, we do have a fairly large offset in this area here from at the black ABS sewer pipe to vitreous clay transition. As you can see, the full face of the pipe there in that area, and as you can see, we are holding water in this area. So we're just going to go up and over, and we're going to continue to push out. And it does appear that we do have a crack in the vitreous clay here, as you can see, from about the 6 o'clock going all the way around to about the 2 o'clock area. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And what we'll do is, on the way back, we'll pull back and we'll mark these areas. And you can see that we do have a little bit of root intrusion in that joint there, right around the 3 o'clock. And we do have a crack in that area as well. As you can see, that crack goes from about the 11 o'clock area all the way around to about the 9 o'clock area. Pretty much the full diameter of the pipe. We're just going to continue to push out. And again, it does appear that we do have some root intrusion in that joint, and we have a fairly large crack as well, which again appears to be the full diameter of the pipe. A little bit of offset in that transition, in that joint there, from about the 9 o'clock all the way around to about the 3 o'clock as well. Again, you can see that crack. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And as we push out, you can see we do have a fairly large offset in this transition here. And what we'll do is we'll just continue to push out, and we'll push out. Actually, what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and pause right here for a moment. We're going to locate this area. And again, as you can see, a fairly large offset in this joint here. And it does appear that we are transitioning back into black ABS sewer pipe. And you can see that fairly large offset from about the 9 o'clock all the way around to about the 3 o'clock area. So again, what we're going to do is we're just going to push here, and we're going to pause for a moment and locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and located and marked this area, and it is again just to the left of the walkway as you approach the front door in the grass, and we did mark it with an orange flag at 2 foot 6 inches deep. And again, as you can see here, we do have a fairly large offset in that transition there. And this is our vitreous clay to black ABS transition. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. It's appear that we do have a tie-in here in this area there. As you can see, right around the 3 o'clock area. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out and drop down. And it does appear that we are transitioning back into vitreous clay. And as you can see, as we transition back into vitreous clay, again, we do have another fairly large offset in this transition. You can see that the vitreous clay has a crack in the vitreous clay as well. You can see the crack there. And what we'll do is we'll mark this area. So we're going to pause here for a moment, locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and it's just to the left-hand side of the wall at the front of the property. It's on the outside on the parkway, underneath the rose bush, and we did mark it with the red crayon on the wall on the left-hand side. approximately 10 feet deep in this area. We are dropping down. As you can see, as I pull back, we do have a break in that area as well. You can see that there's a break there in the line, fairly large crack, offset in that joint. And then as we pull back into the ABS. And we're dropping down in this area, dropping down here, and we just continue to go down. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out, make a little bit of a turn. And again, it does appear that we do have another break in this area as well. So what we'll do, we'll just continue to push out, push all the way out into our city sewer. And what we'll do from there is we'll pull back, get our camera lens nice and clear, pull back and take a good look. But we do have quite a few breaks and large cracks in the vitreous clay. So again, we're just going to continue to push out, make a little turn, and we get down into our city sewer tie-in. And as you can see here, we did reach our city sewer tie-in. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and pushed all the way out into our city sewer tie-in. We did mark it with the red crown at approximately 8 foot 11 inches deep. And again, this is just in the middle of the street, right in front of the property, parallel with the manhole cover. And what we're going to do now is we're just going to continue to pull back and take a good look at our vitreous clay. And as we pull back in the saddle area here, we can see that we do have a break in our saddle here. I'll pause for a moment. Okay, so again, as we pull back, we can see that we do have a break here in the saddle area. And again, we did mark this area at 8 foot 11 inches deep with the red crayon in the middle of the street. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back, make a little bit of a turn, a little bit of an offset in that joint there, a little bit of concrete slag overpour in that joint as well. We're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. Continue to pull back. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And as you can see, we do have another fairly large break in this area as well. And this is at 43 feet 4 inches on the camera monitor. And this is right about our curb area. We're going to pause here for a moment. So again, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And this area here is just at the front of the property, right along the curb area. We do have a car parked in that area, so we can't get an exact location of that area. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And you can see we have a fairly large offset as well from about the 12 o'clock to the 3 o'clock area. And you can see the crack in the joint there. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And we transition back into appears to be black ABS sewer pipe. A little bit of an offset there in our transition. As you can see a little bit from about the 3 o'clock area going all the way around to about the 9 o'clock area. And we just continue to pull back. And looks like we're, oh, my mistake, we are actually still in vitreous clay. It just appeared to be black ABS, but that's actually a crack in the vitreous clay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back, and we're going to pull up. You can see we're making a little bit of transition. As we're pulling up, you can see that we do have another break in the line as well, full diameter crack that goes the full diameter of the pipe there. Okay, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And we're going to pull up, and as we pull up, we're going to pull back, and we're going to transition back into what appears to be black ABS sewer pipe. And as we push down, you can see that we do have a fairly large offset in this joint, and we do have a crack in this transition. And this transition is just right at the wall, and it's beneath the wall underneath the rose bush. And we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And we do have a short section of black ABS sewer pipe in this area. And then as we pull back, we transition back into vitreous clay. And as you can see in this area, we do have a fairly large offset where the pipe had completely shifted from about the 9 o'clock area all the way around to about the 3 o'clock area, exposing the whole top half of the pipe there. I'm going to pause here for a moment. So again, as I mentioned, we do have a fairly large offset in this area. We did mark this area in the grass at 2 foot 11 inches deep. And we did place an orange flag, again, on the left-hand side in the grass. And we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And as we pull back, the vitreous clay, again, has another crack in that area there. You can see a crack with the root intrusion penetrating through, and it gave a full crack, the full diameter of the pipe in that area. So you can see that, yeah. Okay. So, and we're just going to continue to pull back slowly. And again, in this area as well, we do have another crack, full diameter of the pipe there. You can see the crack is coming around from about the 12 o'clock area and coming all the way around up until about the 9, 10 o'clock area. And we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And again, in this area as well, you can see that we do have a fairly large crack going the full diameter of the pipe again as well. And it does appear that we do have a root intrusion penetration there right around the 9 o'clock area. And the root intrusion could be possibly the cause of the cracks in the vitreous clay. And as you can see here, we do have some root intrusion in this area. And this is just as we're pulling back towards our clean out. And we're going to continue to pull back. And we do have a little bit of a belly in this area, so we are holding a little bit of water in this area, a little bit of debris in this area. As you can see, as we pull back, we're still holding a little bit of water. And as we come back, Still a little bit of water in this area. And as we pull back, you can see that our camera's completely submerged. And we're going to continue to pull back, and as you can see that we do have an area here with a fairly large belly. And we do have an offset in this joint. So as we push in, you can see in this area here, we are right at an offset in the black ABS sewer pipe to vitreous clay transition. And that could be the reason why we do have a belly in this area. So we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And that area there is just beneath us, right at our mainline cleanout. So we're just going to continue to pull back and pull up and out of our cleanout. And that will conclude our video sewer inspection.